Well, it happened. I just can't believe it, folks. Kale actually said something. I know. That's right, everyone. Dragon Ball Super episode 92 just landed, and it was all kinds of infuriating, but also some kinds of awesome. An emergency development. We don't have 10 members! Well, it's not really an emergency as far as we're concerned, though, I'm just saying. Where we last left off, Goku is busily flying frantically to Mr. Satan's house, trying to figure out what's happening with the Majin Buu sleeping situation. Goku, you do know you have instant transmission, right? You could just go there instantly instead of just flying across the city or whatever miles it is to Satan's house. We've only got 3 hours left until the tournament starts. We don't have this kind of time to waste. Every second counts! So yeah, Skinny Boo is sadly no more, and we're just back to plain old Fat Boo, and he's just sleeping and snoring his head off, just rubbing it in our faces like we're fools. I must admit that this is a real shame, because this is just a way of artificially adding peril, and honestly, him just going back to his fat form is just Toei just going simply market. Wait, they could have made merch with Skinny Boo on it. Did Toei just miss a marketing opportunity? What have you done, Toei? Sorry, I need a moment. Yeah, I had no idea that Boo was a musician. I bet he kills it on the pianica. Also, that meat dish over there is as big as his head. Oh, how could he possibly eat all that? I mean, okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. I'm just trying to come to terms with the situation. Yeah, obviously, these are all the tools that Mr. Satan's been trying to use to make Boo wake up, but they've clearly not worked. So Mr. Satan helps clear up one of the plot holes about Majin Buu's sleeping patterns, saying that he usually just takes a second or two, a few seconds at most, to wake up, but this time, when he's out for a long time, he's gonna be out for a while. I guess all the strain from exerting himself via training to get the Skinny Boo form just took it out of him. Don't worry, I'll be exploring this in greater detail next week with a discussion video, so don't miss that. Yeah, okay, Toei, we get it. Boo is asleep. There is no need to constantly ram this down our throats. I mean, we can see Boo's throat because his mouth's just wide open like that. There's no need to troll us. They're totally gonna troll us more, aren't they? Oh, good. Okay, we get to go to see Universe 11. What's happening there? I'm always keen to see that. Remember that cat that Kashiro was trying to rescue? Well, he's been rescued. Then Toppo arrives with a suit and tie and pats the kids on the head with his giant hand. Oh my god, I love this scene. Toppo is just so great. And not only that, it's funny as hell. Just look at the scale of those mitts. They're as big as the kids' heads combined. I love it. But there's no time for this joviality. Toppo has brought Kashal in to try and figure out what they're going to do for the Tournament of Power. But don't worry, this dilemma seems to be not as urgent as we first thought. It's actually more to do about who's going to protect Universe 11 while they're gone for the next hour or two. Man, these guys are so altruistic it hurts. Even that frog in the background is in awe. In the end, Toppo decides to bring in the new recruits and rookies of the Pride Troopers to just hold the fort while they're gone. That is assuming, of course, that Universe 11 wins. If they don't, and the rules stay true to their word, then everyone will be taking an extra long vacation from life. For now, the team Toppo has selected have all congregated around the planet Netflix. Yeah. Whenever I see the general on screen, I just get all these flashback vibes, because at first he's really reluctant to join the fray. Like he's seen some stuff, man. He's not sure whether he can go back to that, man. He's past that, man. He's gonna just be rescuing cats from now on, man. I can't take it anymore, man. But then we get a painful jump cut to Universe 7, and we are reminded by their failure with each and every snore. Satan is going to help everyone win the Tournament of Power. The champ is entering the ring! Yeah, Goku reminds him that everyone else is a lot stronger than him, and then everyone else that all the other universes will bring in are a lot stronger than him, probably, so yeah, probably best that he sits this one out. Clean up on aisle, Boo! So, the news that Boo is fast asleep and he ain't gonna wake up anytime soon does not go down well with Beerus, and he's looking to beat some fools with his meat club. Yeah, Boo and Beerus have got a lot of previous in the last few arcs, and yeah, it's not good stuff. First it was revolving around pudding, then it was Boo falling asleep in the Universe 6 arc, and now this. Well, Boo will at least be asleep once he's been Hakkai'd by Beerus, so yeah, he won't feel a thing. But wait, Beerus, you fall asleep for millennia, so you're not one to talk, as Whis has pointed out too. Thanks, Whis, you always got my back. As Beerus is stress eating something fierce, we're off to another universe! Universe 3 this time, which is populated by loads and loads of Death Stars. That's no moon, that's a space station! And that's a space station? Oh, I know what that is! That's a space station, isn't it? As we enter Not Cybertron, we see Moscow, his attendant Campari, and Aya, their Supreme Kai. They're all discussing about what they're going to do for the tournament, and I'm sorry, I know this might be machinist of me, but Moscow's means of communication just reminds me of a mechanical balloon just letting all its air out. I mean, listen. You can't unhear that, can you? Indeed, once we see their strongest fighter, Nigrishi, it seems that most of the fighters and people of Universe 3 are either modified or just pure machine. And that's actually really interesting. I want to see more of this. Thankfully, we do. As the biomech rhino dude is explaining, it's actually quite easy to prepare their fighters for the tournament. As they're mostly mechanical, they can just install upgrades. I wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley. This is their attempt at trying to do the Ironmonger, isn't it? Clearly, this is built from more than a box of scraps. Okay, Universe 3, what's next? The Telebugs on steroids or something? But Narirama has a handy trick. Literally. They've thought of everything here. If they are succumbed by a ring out, then they won't be, because he's got iron claws that can dig into the side of the ring and he can just float down and then pull himself back up again. Clever. But what if the arms are cut off? Don't you worry there. He's got suction cups as well! That's even more clever! They're all thinking about survival, not necessarily beating everyone else. They just want to hang in there and have the most number of people left when the time ends. Because remember, the universe that has the most representatives standing by the time the clock ticks down, they win. That's actually not a bad plan. Back to Universe 7, sadly. All the fighters for the Universe 7 team are gathering, or what's left of it, as Gohan's thinking about new plans or just last minute situations. Krillin and 18 arrive whilst Roshi's running a little late. He's busy getting his hands stuck into a certain situation. Hopefully not on Puar's butt. But actually, hey, oh, wow, that worked. What are the odds that this will fail during the tournament and we'll get some hijinks and, yeah, no more consequences? The lie that Goku weaved about there being prize money for winning the Tournament of Power, that's unraveling quickly, because Gohan and Piccolo had no idea about the prize money, and Krillin's now going, oh what? Oh no. Oh yeah, have you been thinking that we could use the Room of Spirit and Time to wake up Boo faster? Yeah, we can't do that because Vegeta's blown it up. Again. Damn it, Vegeta! We're back to Universe 6 now, and Kaba is teaching Caulifla how to go Super Saiyan, with Kale looking on. Caulifla is amazed by this, and her attitude towards Kaba changes entirely, from indifference to admiration within the flick of a switch or a Super Saiyan hair. Now it's quite clear that Kaba's not used to this kind of attention, especially female attention, as he bumbles his way through explaining how a Super Saiyan works and how you're supposed to provoke anger in the user at first. Kaba's not sure how to actually provoke Caulifla properly, so he just starts out by just muttering blockhead and you dummy to her, and it doesn't really work. Well, at least Kale found it funny. However, we actually get some interesting facts about the Super Saiyan transformation, things we didn't know before. It seems that a Saiyan concentrates all their energy in the center of their back before they power up, if they want to achieve the form successfully without just getting angry all the time, like a more efficient way of just powering up. So Caulifla gives it a go. At first she's struggling, but it's quite clear that the director wants us to linger on this shot for quite a while, because this is a momentous occasion in the history of Dragon Ball. Well, it would be if Toei hadn't spoilt it a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, good job Toei, thanks. Sure enough, she is able to tap into it. For a moment at least. Still though, that's pretty good going. It took Gohan way longer to achieve Super Saiyan. Not bad. And sure enough, after some recycled animation, Caulifla powers up again, this time more effectively. But was this a good thing though? Because this has made her even more reckless, but damn, that beam was powerful. After some instruction, Caulifla powers down. Oh, and Kaba, don't worry, she's definitely going to enter, as well as making sure that Kale enters too, for her own personal amusement. Oh yeah, she has a power lurking inside of her too, which Caulifla wants to exploit, obviously. Again, for her personal amusement. Goku arrives back at Capture Corp, again, not using instant transmission, to a frosty reception. He's got some explaining to do and he's not sure how to do it. He's pretty desperate. At first he just thinks, well, why don't we use the money that Mr. Satan gave us at the beginning of this story? Yeah. Well, okay, Chi-Chi's controlling that money and probably spent it already. But what about Bulma? Can she borrow some money, be a pal and all that? Nope, she's not gonna help right now, so yeah, he's pretty stuffed. But Krillin is more upset about the fact that Goku had to lie to his friends to get them to do stuff for him. He's not mad, he's disappointed. Seeing that Goku's getting nowhere in this situation, Beerus steps in by doing something they should have done in the first place. Enter the tournament or I'll destroy you right here and now. But then Bulma capitulates and decides to give money to whoever wants it. Ugh, Bulma, don't give up so easily. Goku's gotta learn from his mistakes. Again, something Super's lacking in doing. Giving consequence. There's none here. Beerus then goes into a rant about, oh, no one's been looking around other planets, it's just been on this dustball of a planet. Why didn't you look anywhere else? Beerus, didn't you tell them just to look around this planet and just pick your friends because you couldn't be bothered to pick people because you're tired and you're frustrated? Yeah, this is all on you, mate. Yeah, they can't even rely on the Freezer army to help. Wait, Freezer? Freezer? Oh, no. With the arena almost complete, thankfully not reusing the animation for the third or maybe fourth time, we go back down to Hell, seeing Freezer in his cocoon looking furious. Yep, that's the guy that's probably going to be the 10th member of Team Universe 7. Oh dear. All in all, this episode was okay because we got to explore some of Universe 3, as well as going back to Universe 11, which I always love visiting. Other than that though, this was just another preparation episode for both our universe as well as the other universes, just getting us acclimated to the whole idea of actual universes fighting instead of, oh yeah, they're a thing, we're not going to explore them, so they actually exist. However, that clearly wasn't the main focus of the episode. What was the transformation of Caulifla into Super Saiyan, because, again, this is the first canon female Super Saiyan in Dragon Ball. It's a big deal. I mean, that was clearly the obvious draw from the last week preview, because female Super Saiyans. I imagine that episode 93 will contain more stories from other universes, but I believe that the main event will be Goku trying to convince Frieza to join the team. I'm not really going to say more about that in particular because there's just no point, because we don't know anything. I just hope that Toei gets this right. If they can execute this properly, then we're okay. But if this just turns out to be a complete mess, then I really don't see much hope for this series. But anyway, that's my review for Dragon Ball Super Episode 92. Tune in next time for my review of Episode 93. Until the next one, be sure to like and subscribe. Catch you later!